Hey guys, how you doing? I just want to go over Chainlink. I may go over a few other little pairs. So I'm gonna make this as fast as possible. So it's important to understand price levels, support and resistance levels. So clearly we have resistance level right here. So this was back in August when we had that nice little run up on Link, Chainlink. All right, we went down. Well, we actually went from basically $3.50 all the way up here to over $19.97 on Link. Now, I want you to understand the importance of understanding support and resistance. This can greatly improve your investment strategies. All right. You don't have to be a day trader or swing trader. You can be someone who holds, but you also know when there's opportunities that present itself again that you're able to position yourself to buy at key levels of support. All right. So here we go. Let's look at this first run up right here. Okay. So we had this run up right here, and then we had a nice little pullback. Let's do this. I'm going to use a different tool. Let's use this tool. All right. So this is the push tool. All right. Bam. Okay, boom, we got a pullback. All right, so let's focus on this one first. We got a nice little expansion, and then we have a pullback. Remember, I told you, stop coming in the market thinking that you missed a play. Someone bought right here. Now, does it matter because overall it went up? No, but we want to maximize the market as much as possible by taking advantage of these moves. Instead of being impatient and buying here, instead you could have bought here. Now, how would you have known to actually buy, all right, at that particular level? Look at this. That was a previous area of what? Resistance. Okay, let's go on a bigger screen. There we go. Okay, so what do you see? You see price stop, resistance. Okay, whenever price turns around at the top, that's resistance. Wherever price turns around at the bottom, that's support. Okay, so we got rejected, we came back, then we broke resistance, which now becomes the new support. Price come back down, and what do you see? Boom, look left, right? What was that? This area was what's once resistance, now it's the support. So the traders who know how to use technical analysis, they are buying here. They're being patient. The impatient buys there. Now, in the grand scheme of things, it didn't really matter whether they bought here or not, but we don't want to develop bad habits, okay? Because if I went on a bigger time frame on a different chart, like if I pulled up BTC, you'll see something similar like this back in 2018 when it went all the way up to the 19K region and it dropped all the way down to 3K. So whoever had bought up here got slaughtered. But this chart is sort of similar. Okay. So watch this. All right. So that was one area. We're going ahead and plot that. Boom. Price came back, bought. Okay. Now, here we got another situation right here. All right. This one retraced it even more, which is okay. Okay. And it actually broke this level. All right. So let's go ahead and plot these. Okay. Boom. All right. So these are areas where price turned around, price got stopped, then broke. Okay. Then it came back. You see these wicks. You did get a nice move um, up, but then price failed to break this recent area of resistance. Okay. So since price failed, then we had a nice little continuation onto the downside. But even to the downside, you're starting to see key levels that also served as resistance once the support level was broken. So this was support level. All right, we got a nice little rally up, and then price breaks this support level. So then what is that? This is the new resistance. Okay. All right. So Look at this candle right here. What do you notice? You notice that this candle breaks, all right, and then on the next day, daily candle, price came back up, back into this region for the retest, all right, and then it dropped. So just because you see something break out don't mean you have to jump right in. You can wait for the retest, and this candle gave you a retest to coming back in. As I explained to you before, guys, you can look at market structure as a region and not just a define. So like this down here, this still could be considered a region. So it could look something similar like this. All right. A little bit more of a region you could play into. Okay. Same thing up here. Price pierce came back up. This whole entire area could be considered a region. In fact, you want to see more. You want to see multiple candles in a region. That means that there's a lot of activity in that particular area. All right. So this was a key level. All right. So price hung out in this area for a while. And when it broke, it came back and revisited. Okay. So this is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17. These 17, maybe 17 and a half something candles hung out in this region. All right. So that shows you that price um, respects this level. It reacts to this level pretty well. All right. Okay, so now we have a nice little push down. Now, let's look at this. So, all right. So look, this was a key level right here, right? Of what? Resistance. Right there. Boom. Let's take this off. Okay. So price came close to the area. Then we get a nice little bounce. And then finally we get back into this area. But look, remember what I said now. You don't have to be too strict in resistance. This can be a zone. That's why I don't want you to focus too much on trying to trade, but think of these as loading zone opportunities where all you're saying is, hey, as long as price is in this area, I'm going to buy. Okay. If I was literally trading, I'll be using a little bit of a different type of method with this. But regardless, this is what we can use. All right. You can use a portion of this. Meaning that if you're buying, I don't think you're concerned about whether you bought here at $7.34. You may have got some in at $8.70 or whatnot. All right. If y'all have seen any of my videos on the bar elimination, which is really called the engulfing bar, you'll see right here that this green bar did what? It engulfed this red. So then you can look to take a trade. This is only really if you're really trading, but if you wanted to use it for holding, you could. But as soon as this green bar engulfs this red, we take the trade, all right, and we hold on to it. Now, what do you notice? You're gonna continue seeing these retests. Just be patient, guys. All right, so this area right here, let me move this out the way. Let's do this. Let me move this out of the way. All right. This area right here, that red candle is resistance. All right. All right. So we found support right here. So we just put a little trend line right here for support. We got support now. Now, once price broke, if you felt like, I'm missing, be patient, and look. Price what? Came back down to what was resistance, now support. All right. You don't have to chase. Just be patient. It's going to be times when if you did be patient, something could just keep going. Guys, that's happening. It's going to happen. It is what it is. But you always want to be in these markets to where you're not really chasing, that you're doing your proper due diligence and you're doing it. Look, chasing doesn't work in the long run. Some people can get lucky. All right. I've seen people the other day when I posted Incent, INSENT, jumped over 9 million%. What was a glitch? You literally had people running into the markets trying to jump into that. That's not how it works. All right. That play was up over 3,000 something dollars, and then all of a sudden, in a matter of seconds, it dropped down to 1 cent. So be careful. All right, we got a retest. All right, we could look for buying opportunities. All right, buy. All right, if you missed that, just be patient. Boom, retest, got it. Now let's look where we at right now. Let's go. Let's look where we currently are. All right, so we broke this resistance level. All right, we broke it, but look what happened, guys. What do you notice? Price came back down to what? Retest this area of what? Resistance is now support. All right, what do we have up here now? We have a new level of resistance. Okay, what do we want the price to do? We want the price to break, come back, retest, boom, and then go higher. All right, these are the trends that we want to see in a upward trend market. We got one right here. We got a what? We got a we got expansion, state, boom. Then we got a pull back, boom. Then look left. What is that? Market structure. Then boom. We what? Taking this up. Okay. So it's the same thing here. Boom, boom, boom. Bam. All right. I used to call this the three wave pullback. Okay. So and this had the three-way pullback. I haven't taught this in a long time. This was something I did when I first started, but this is what three-way look like. All right, you got one. I got a little minor dip here. Two, you got expansion. Three, pullback. Boom. All right, that was just something that I would look for. I do one, two, three, and on that third wave, I look for a pullback. Boom, and then we rally to surpass that. Okay, so like I said, you don't even have to do that, but I'm just showing you that method. So when you do your charting, guys, just first do your support and resistance levels. Do the main ones. Okay. We reestablish ourselves. Ceiling. Okay. We go down here. We do floor. All right. Now we have a body of work that we're working with. And then we know that if we want to see bullishness, we want to get out of this box. As long as box is in here, this is a range. Okay. We want to establish a new range. You know what we want to establish? This is what we want to establish. Let's go back in time and let's look. All right. So over here, if you notice with Chainlink, all right, so Chainlink back over here is dollar and some change or whatnot. We want to, okay, so when it first launched, it was at $2 change. It spiked all the way up to $5. All right, somebody right here in, let me see the date. This was June of 2019. Someone bought on the height, and then they got slaughtered and range bound for almost a year, guys. And then on February, so from June 2019 all the way to, still didn't break it then. Still didn't break, got close, still didn't break it. Watch this. Oh, I'm sorry, let me do that. Get out of there. All right, still didn't break it. Still didn't break it. Bam. July 2020. All right. Basically over a year. It took a year to break whoever bought here. So that's why we don't want to chase. All right. Look at all this loading. You're just accumulating right here. Look at all this accumulation. All right. This is institutions loading up, guys. They loading, loading, loading. Smart traders are loading, loading, loading. All right. Look, then they get a push up. Then they're scaling out a little bit. They're scaling out. Then boom, massive drop. All right. Because why? Somebody what? Bought here. Okay. Look at that. Someone bought here as well. Right? They got slaughtered. And then they probably sold to get out and they thought it was a terrible mistake. But then look what happened over time. It eventually works out. Okay, so you're going to have a vast majority of people in the market that are emotional investors and traders, and they don't stay in any position long enough to see it, but they also are jumping in at the wrong times. Okay, we don't want to do that. Okay, guys. So, uh, with that being said, look at this ceiling and floor. Okay, you had a ceiling here. Okay, and you have a floor here. Okay, now, guys, What do we want? Remember I told you we're in a range. We want to break out. We did. We broke out. Okay. Now, did we get a retest in it? Let's look. It doesn't appear. Okay. And sometimes, like I said, he's not going to be perfect and you may not get one. Okay. Now, we could have gotten a retest, but we probably have to go on a what? A lower time frame. And let's look at maybe the 1 hour time frame. Okay, here we go. All right, here we go. I should have marked it before I went to the 1 hour. I lost mine. Let me go back to the daily, and I'm gonna mark it up so we can find it with ease. We'll do this right here. All right, here we go. All right, let's go down to the 1 hour. Sorry about this, guys. All right, here we go. Get back over. Here we go. All right. All right, now I can take it off because we see where it's at. Okay, let's stretch this bad boy out. All right, let's see what we got. And it's a possibility we did not. We just blast through that. All right, so okay, we didn't get one. We didn't get a retest, but something else occurred. This is called a 3-bar play. All right. So you got a green candle, you got a red candle, and you have the green candle. As soon as the green candle surpasses this red, you take the trade. All right. So look at Jared Wesley. He teaches really good on 3-bar play. I don't use it that much, but I can recognize it. I use more of the single bar elimination method, and it's almost similar. Basically, when a green candle eliminates a red candle, you take the trade and you put your stop loss below here. And now, like I said, that's if I'm tightly trading. But this is something you can buy too. It's more confirmation that it's going to be bullish. So somebody still can say, "Well, Eric, why don't you just take the trade as soon as it break out?" Well, here's the reason why. We don't want to just take a trade as soon as it break out. Because look at this right here. You see this little area right here? You did have a breakout at this level. Okay. We had a breakout, but then it failed and pushed down. Okay. So you don't just take breakout. You need to see how the trade forms above the area of resistance, or if you're taking the opposite in Forex, below the support levels. All right. So that's why you want to be a little bit patient and rules. Now, I will say this. If you're buying anything at a decent level, I mean, you're a long-term investor. It probably don't really matter in the grand scheme of things. I don't think anybody in the world will argue if somebody bought Bitcoin at $100 and somebody bought it at $5. Right now, every last person who bought it, whatever level, is up. So that's what all that matters in the end. All right. But we still can be a little bit more strategic, and we can save ourselves a lot of headache if we learn how to trade these charts, and use what we call becoming a technical investor. All right. You don't have to be a trader, but you can use some of the things. Okay. So this is what we see. Now, these are key levels that price still can come back. They can visit if it wanted to. But like I said, we're in the uptrend, and now the major level that has to be broken is this. We're not talking. Okay. So when I went back here and I showed you this, look, ceiling and floor. All right. This is a what range we want to break. So over here we had what, the range. Okay, we had the range, and now we want to break, because so in the future we want this to be the true bottom, and then up here now we want to be in a new range. This is the game we want to play as investors, guys. We want to be in this range, okay? And then we want the break to go higher, okay? This is for healthy markets. This is what we want to be able to go all the way to these areas doing the same thing. Yeah, you may have a massive, but who cares? Who cares, right? If we were all the way here, if we was doing our job, right? This is what we want our children to inherit. We don't want our kids buying here. We don't want our kids buying here. We are buying for our kids, even though this is too high for me, but if, let's face it, it's higher. I bought back here. But if you had to, it's better for you to buy for your children here than up here. Instead, your kids could be selling to people here while other people can buy here. We want other people to buy here and we want to sell here. We want others to continue to ignore us at these levels. All right. So I hope that video helps you guys. Stay at it. Stay focused. Drown out the noise. Do whatever you got to do. All right. Happy coining, trading, whatever you do. Hey, hit the subscribe button, hit the like button. And y'all make sure y'all have a wonderful day.